Hey, coin collectors and curious minds. They say old is gold, and today, we're uncovering some serious treasures. We'll dive into the top 5 rare and valuable state quarters worth big money. You might just have a fortune waiting in your pocket. Let's find out. First, let's talk about the 2005 Kansas State Quarter. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this coin worth $4,000? Well, here's the thing, the 2005 Kansas Quarter is unique because some of these coins were struck with a very noticeable minting error. On the reverse side of the coin, the famous "In God We Trust" inscription is missing on certain pieces. This is a pretty big deal for collectors, as it makes the coin extremely rare. After all, errors like this are uncommon, and when they do happen, they can drastically increase a coin's value. So, why is this missing inscription such a big deal? Well, when it comes to collecting coins, errors are gold mines. A missing design or inscription, especially one as significant as "In God We Trust," makes a coin highly collectible and incredibly valuable. However, the error is not something that happens often, so the number of coins affected by it is limited. This rarity is what makes the coin worth so much. In fact, a high-quality, uncirculated example of the 2005 Kansas Quarter with the missing inscription could be worth as much as $4,000 at auction. Pretty wild for a quarter, right? But here's the catch, not all Kansas quarters are worth that much. Most of them have the inscription, which means they don't carry the same value. Plus, even the error coins are only worth that much if they're in excellent condition. That's where things get interesting. A well-preserved coin, one that hasn't been in circulation too long and doesn't have scratches or wear, will fetch a much higher price than one that's seen better days. So, while this coin might seem like a jackpot, it all depends on how pristine it is. Now, if you're thinking you might have one of these rare quarters, here's what to look for. The key is on the reverse side. The "In God We Trust" should be right under the eagle. If it's missing, then you've got a rare, error coin. But don't get too excited just yet. Even if you do spot the error, the condition still plays a huge role in its worth. If the coin looks worn out, even with the missing inscription, it's unlikely to fetch a high price. In fact, condition is everything when it comes to rare coins. A coin that's been passed through hands and tossed around in pockets just won't bring in the same value as a coin that's been kept in mint condition. That's why collectors are so meticulous about preserving their coins. If you found one of these error coins, make sure to store it carefully to keep it in the best possible shape. So, to sum it up, if you find a 2005 Kansas Quarter with the missing "In God We Trust" inscription, you could be sitting on a valuable piece of history. But remember, not all of these coins are worth $4,000. The true value depends on the condition of the coin, so always check it closely. You could be holding onto something special. Next up, we have the 2000 Virginia Quarter coin, and trust me, this one's worth far more than its face value. In fact, we're talking about a coin that could be worth up to $9,000. Yes, you heard that right, $9,000 for a quarter. So, what makes this coin so rare and valuable? In the year 2000, the U.S. Mint released the Virginia State Quarter as part of the 50 State Quarters program. This program was a celebration of each state's history and culture, and the Virginia Quarter featured a design celebrating the state's role in American history. It shows a rider on horseback, paying homage to the state's significance during the nation's early years. But, like many coins in history, some of these quarters were struck with a big mistake. Typically, U.S. quarters feature a mint mark on the front of the coin, near George Washington's image. The mint mark indicates where the coin was minted. A P mint mark means the coin was made at the Philadelphia Mint, while an AD mint mark indicates it was minted in Denver. However, something unusual happened with the 2000 Virginia Quarter. Some of them were accidentally struck without the P mint mark. This means that they lack the key detail that collectors typically look for, and it makes them a highly sought-after rarity. Why does the absence of the mint mark matter? Well, mint marks are a way for collectors to identify where a coin was made, and missing one is considered a minting error. In the world of coin collecting, errors like this are extremely valuable because they make the coin unique. The 2000 Virginia quarter without the mint mark is one of those special finds that collectors are actively hunting for. The absence of this P mint mark turns an otherwise regular coin into something extraordinary. If you happen to come across a 2000 Virginia quarter with this minting error, congratulations! You could be holding a coin worth up to $9,000, depending on its condition. But it's important to note that condition plays a significant role in the value of the coin. A quarter that's been in circulation for years, with visible wear and scratches, won't bring in anywhere near that amount. However, if the coin is in excellent condition, uncirculated and with no noticeable damage, you could potentially have a small fortune on your hands. Even though this minting error is rare, it's not the only factor that affects a coin's value. Condition matters just as much. Coins that are well preserved can fetch much higher prices, while those that have been worn down lose value. So, while the missing mint mark is a major factor, keep an eye on the overall condition of the coin. If you're going through your quarters, be sure to check for this error. The 2000 Virginia quarter with a missing P mint mark is a rare find, and you could be sitting on a valuable piece of history. Just remember, it's all about the condition. Keep those quarters in mint shape, and you might have a hidden treasure worth thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about another incredibly rare and valuable coin, the 1999 AP Georgia quarter. This particular quarter has seen its value skyrocket, and it's all thanks to some striking errors. Depending on the type and condition of the error, a 1999 P Georgia quarter could be worth up to $10,000, a huge leap from its face value. So, what makes this coin so special? Let's dive into the details. The key reason this coin is so valuable is because of the double die strike error. A double die strike happens when a coin's design is struck more than once, but the second strike isn't perfectly aligned with the first. This causes the design to appear doubled or misaligned, giving the coin a unique, overlapping effect. The 1999 P Georgia quarter is famous for this particular error, and it's most noticeable in the lettering and the date on the coin. If you look closely, you'll notice that the word Georgia and the year 1999 may appear blurry or even doubled. This double die error makes the coin highly collectible and gives it a huge boost in value. The double die strike is not common, and it's this rarity that makes the coin so desirable. Collectors are always on the lookout for these types of mistakes because they make the coin stand out from the rest. The 1999 AP Georgia quarter with a double die error could fetch as much as $10,000 at auction, but this can depend on the specific details of the coin. Now, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. If the quarter has been well preserved, without any wear and tear from circulation, it could be worth significantly more. High-grade, uncirculated coins are worth much more than coins that have been used for years. A mint-condition 1999 P Georgia quarter with a double die error could easily reach the higher end of that price range. On the other hand, a coin with the same error but noticeable wear could still be worth a few $100s. To spot the double die error, you'll need to carefully examine the lettering and date on the coin. The doubling effect is usually most visible in the word Georgia, but it may also show up in the date or even other parts of the design. It can be a bit tricky to spot, so you'll want to inspect it under good lighting and, ideally, with a magnifying glass to catch the subtle details. If you're a coin collector or just someone with an eye for rare finds, keep an eye out for the 1999 P Georgia quarter with a double die strike. It could be a hidden treasure, and with the right error and condition, it could be worth a small fortune. Whether you've been collecting for years or are just getting started, this is one coin that's definitely worth checking your change for. And here's another big one, the 1999 AP Pennsylvania quarter. Now, this one might not be on every collector's radar, but it definitely should be. The 1999 P Pennsylvania quarter is home to some seriously rare coins, with an estimated value of around $1,000 for the standard era coins. But here's where it gets interesting. Some of these quarters have sold at auction for as much as $10,200. So, what makes this coin so special? It all comes down to a striking error, but more specifically, there's a die crack error that makes this coin highly collectible. A die crack happens when there's a crack in the metal die used to strike the coin. As the die strikes the coin, the crack leaves a raised line across the surface, often through parts of the design. In the case of the 1999 IP Pennsylvania quarter, this die crack can run through the face of the coin, cutting across areas like the state name or other design elements. This small but noticeable defect can turn a seemingly ordinary quarter into a highly valuable collector's item. What makes the die crack error so desirable is that it's something you won't see in every coin. It's not a common mistake, and it's something that adds a unique characteristic to the coin. These coins are rare, and that's why collectors are willing to pay a premium for them. So, if you're lucky enough to come across a 1999 P Pennsylvania quarter with a die crack, it could potentially bring in $1,000 or more, depending on the severity and location of the crack. Now, while the standard die crack quarters are worth a good chunk of change, some of these coins have fetched incredibly high prices, up to $10,200 at auction. The value largely depends on the quality of the error, with coins that have a more prominent die crack or a more unique position of the crack being more valuable. The condition of the coin also matters a great deal. A high-grade, well-preserved coin with a clear die crack will always command a higher price than a coin that's been worn down by circulation or shows signs of heavy damage. When you're out hunting for rare coins, keep an eye out for die cracks. These are typically located along the design or lettering, where the die is most likely to crack. For the 1999 IP Pennsylvania quarter, look carefully at the state name, especially around the lettering, to see if any lines run through it. It might be subtle, but if you spot a crack, you could be holding a rare piece of numismatic history worth a lot more than you expected. So, whether you're an experienced collector or just getting started, the 1999 P Pennsylvania quarter with a die crack error is definitely one to watch for. It might just be the key to an incredibly valuable find. And finally, we can't forget about the 1999 D Connecticut State Quarter, a coin that may look like just another standard piece of currency but actually carries some incredible value for collectors, especially if it has one specific error. If you're lucky enough to come across this quarter with a rare double die error, you could have a coin that's worth much more than just 25 cents. The 1999 D Connecticut State Quarter was part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program, and like many of the state quarters, it celebrates the history of Connecticut. But some of these quarters were struck with a unique error that makes them valuable to collectors, the double die error. This happens when the coin is struck multiple times, and as a result, the details on the coin appear to be doubled or misaligned. For the Connecticut quarter, this error is most noticeable on the reverse side, where the design of the charter oak tree shows this doubling effect. So, what's the big deal? A double die error on a coin is considered a minting mistake, and these types of errors are rare and highly sought after in the world of numismatics, the study and collection of coins. The more noticeable and pronounced the error, the more valuable the coin can be. In the case of the 1999 D Connecticut quarter, the double die error can make the coin worth much more than you'd expect. While a regular 1999 D Connecticut quarter may only be worth its face value of 25 cents, a quarter with a clear double die error could be worth anywhere from $500 to $10,000, depending on its condition. But how do you tell if you've got one of these valuable coins? The key is to closely examine the reverse side of the quarter. Focus on the charter oak tree design. If you see a doubling effect in any of the lines or features, that's a sign of the double die error. The error can vary, with some coins showing more pronounced doubling than others, which can affect the price. Now, let's talk about coin grading. The condition of the coin plays a massive role in how much it's worth. A coin in excellent condition, with minimal wear and clear details, is going to be worth more than a coin that's been heavily circulated. For a coin with a double die error to fetch the higher end of the price range, it typically needs to be in near-perfect condition. Coins that are graded as MS65 or higher are considered to be in mint state and can sell for much more than coins with a lower grade. If you find a 1999 D Connecticut State Quarter with this error, it's worth taking it to a professional for grading. A reputable grading service can tell you exactly what it's worth based on its condition and the quality of the error. Coins like this don't come around often, so if you find one, you could be holding onto a rare treasure. So, now you know about the top 5 most expensive and rare state quarters to watch for. Whether it's a Kansas quarter with a missing inscription, a Virginia quarter without a mint mark, or any of the other coins we've covered today, these small pieces of history can make you a whole lot of money if you know where to look. Before you go, make sure you check your change, your old coin jars, and maybe even your pocket change. You never know, you could be holding onto a coin worth thousands. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on future content. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting! See you in the next video.